Hi guys, it's Trisha. So I wanted to make a quick vlog for you guys. Quick, who knows how quick it's going to be, but a vlog for you guys about what to expect when moving in with your SO for the first time. And I've been wanting to make this for a little while, but I wanted to wait until I, collected enough data to share with you guys. So Cody and I have been living together for 4 months now. And we never lived together before we got married, so this is just all new to us. And I feel like I'm kind of like telling you like you're like that friend at school in elementary school that was like, Santa's not real, when you still believed in Santa. Like, I feel like I'm kind of dropping a bomb on you guys, but it's not everything you dreamed of. Like, not knocking it, obviously. Like, I love living with Cody, but there's just so much stuff that you don't, like, so much stuff that you don't think of. So to start, let me see what I have here. Let's just start with bad habits, okay? So as much as you think you know somebody, there's little things that you don't know until you live together. And it doesn't matter how many sleepovers you've had together, it doesn't matter how, like, week-long vacations you've gone on. I sent in and asked how Cody and I actually shared my, like, one bedroom at my parents' house, like, just me and him in this one room and all our stuff for 3 weeks straight while he was on leave for our wedding. So before coming here to Okinawa. So I was like, okay, I know everything, I know him like the back of my hand. And we had a bunch of sleepovers for the past like year and a half before that. But there are things that you don't realize, and there's things that on both parts that you don't realize your SO has, and you don't realize that you have. And it's like, for example, I leave Dunkin' Donuts coffee cups everywhere. Like, I go and get my coffee, and you can drink coffee all day, like whether it's hot or cold. So I just never throw it away because I'm like, oh, I'm not done drinking that. And then like the next day comes around and I'm like, all right, that's probably really annoying. But so there's things you're gonna learn about each other that are gonna irritate you, and you just have to pick your battles, really. Like, is it worth yelling at somebody for, or just getting, like, snapping at them? Really, obviously you're not going to yell at them, but snapping at them for something you don't like that they've done all their lives? Probably not. Responsibilities, splitting the responsibilities with 2 people in a house. You have your cleaning habits or whatever, and when you add another person into the mix who doesn't clean the same way you do, or doesn't tidy up, or pick up after themselves, or maybe you're the one who doesn't pick up after yourself, that can get irritating. Like, pretty much the best advice I can give you for that is just split all your responsibilities down the middle. Like, both of you need to cook, both of you need to clean the kitchen, like take turns every other day, or Monday through Thursdays my days, Friday through Sunday or your days or whatever. On Wednesday we cook together, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you're like laying down the responsibilities and how you're dividing them up, because just assuming that someone's maybe gonna clean something, and then you're assuming that they're gonna clean it, and they're assuming you're gonna clean it, and then it's just like, I don't know about you guys, but messes make me angry, especially when they sit. So I sound like this is all like stuff that Cody does. It's not, it's both of us. But let's see. I have so many different vlog ideas on here. Oh, okay. Okay. So I took like huge pride in the fact that me and Cody have never really fought. You know, like we were together for a year and a half before we got married, and you know, we never fought. Like we would have, I think we had like 3 instances that were like disagreements, and they were like well talked through, and like you couldn't even really call them a fight, except, you know. So I took a lot of pride in that, and moving in changed that. You guys are gonna fight, and it's gonna be about important things, it's gonna be about stupid things, because you're around each other more. So like, as much as you love this person, they're still gonna irritate you, especially when you're around each other more, because like being long distance, we all dream of closing the distance, and I don't know, like you don't think about the bad things, you're just excited to close the distance and be together, and it's a fairy tale in your head, and of course you're not thinking about fighting with each other, but it's gonna happen. Obviously everyone's results are gonna vary, no 2 relationships are the same, but it all depends on how you handle the fights. I mean, some people fight really bad when they first move in together, and that's why I honestly see why people say, no, you should live together first, because like before you get married. And I kind of feel like, honestly, like back in like the day when like our grandparents were being arranged marriages or whatever, I feel like it wasn't religion that said, oh, you can't live together until you're married. I feel like it was dirty, sloppy, lazy men who didn't want to like have the woman see how they really are, and then be like, I'm not marrying you. I think that's what really happened. So they're like, no, you can't live together until you're married. Sorry, let's just get married. I think that's what happened. But I can see why people say live together first, because in extreme cases, somebody will have this one habit that is like totally a no-no for you, for whatever reason it is. You just can't stand it, and at that point, good thing you guys live together first, because you wouldn't want to marry someone like that, whatever. But in a lot of cases, that's not it, and you just have to learn how to fight. Like, you can't tiptoe around each other and try to not fight. You can let it happen, it's just how you do it. Like, don't scream at each other, don't disrespect each other, don't curse at each other, sort of thing. Like, you just, you know, you're 2 adults living together now, and you need to be adults about how you fight and discuss things, because it's really all about how you communicate what's bothering you and how you want to go about getting it handled, and also hearing their side of the thing, like, well, you know, I do this because of this and whatever. So that's really important to keep in mind. Unfortunately, you know, you don't think about it before you move in together, but you are like, I'm 99% sure you're gonna fight, unless you're like, I don't know, some kind of super couple. But we all do it. Appreciate being together, because again, when we're fantasizing about closing the distance, we're like, I'll never take for granted waking up next to you or whatever. And eventually, months after waking up next to each other, you start to forget what it was like to not be able to see each other every day. Like, you really do. It's sad, but you do. And you kind of have to pinch yourself and be like, wait a second, don't take this for granted, because 4 months ago, you never knew when you were going to see each other again, or that sort of thing. So definitely, you know, every once in a while, remind yourself that, oh gosh, this is getting long, that you weren't here together very long ago, and, you know, you really gotta show each other that you still appreciate being together. Also appreciate where you are. I moved literally to the other side of the planet from my friends and family to Okinawa. So sometimes it's hard, you know, you want to be able to pick up the phone and talk about whatever or go to whatever thing they're going to, but whatever time difference is going on, or just obviously you can't just afford to hop a plane every time somebody has a birthday. So it's tough, but you need to try to appreciate where you are, because without the military you may have never seen where you are. Like, Okinawa is an extreme case of being like, wow, I should be thankful I'm here, it's beautiful, I probably would never go to Okinawa. But even like, if you're, okay, so I'm from Florida, and I wanted to go to North Carolina, but say I ended up in like California, I don't really want to go to California because, one, I feel like the weather's similar, and two, it's like deserty and whatever, but I don't know that because I've never been to California. So, you know, just appreciate the fact that you're traveling, appreciate the fact that you're traveling with the person that you love, and that you're on your own, you're doing your own thing with them. And I wish I could put it into words, like, obviously, you know, just be thankful that you're not stuck in one place your whole life, and that you're seeing things, and go out and see whatever local things are going on. Like, go to the local hole-in-the-wall bar for karaoke night, or like, I know a lot of towns have like weird festivals. Like, I know somewhere in North Florida there's like a shrimp festival, and I saw somewhere that there was like a garlic festival. I don't know, but just go to those things, and because those aren't at your hometown, and you just need to get out and appreciate the world, because life is short, guys. Life is short, which is another thing. When you're fighting, you need to, if and when you fight, you need to remember that, you know, don't let it go on for a week or a day, even days. Squash it that day. You know, you can be angry for the day. You're entitled to be angry, but don't go to sleep angry. That's a big thing, and it's tough because you want to be, but it's pointless because you guys are gonna make up regardless. Like, if you care about each other, you'll work through it, you know? Blah, blah. I went through all that. Another thing, when you move somewhere new and you're waiting for your TMO or your, you know, your PCS, and you're waiting for all your stuff to arrive. And, God, my hair's so frizzy, guys, sorry. It's really humid in Okinawa. So you move to this new place after being home all your life, or, you know, having your own apartment for a while. You move to this new place where you don't know anybody and your family's not around. Family's not around. And you move to this like empty walls, empty place, and for a while, but until you get your stuff and you get to start putting your stuff away and decorating it how you want and all that, it's you know, you lose that feeling of home. And like, you know, thankfully you have your significant other to make it feel like home, but you know, you want like fluffy blankets on the couch and like picture frames that I don't have yet, obviously. A lot of our boxes, we just got our TMO recently, so a lot of our boxes are still packed, but you lose that feeling of home, you get a little homesick, and it's frustrating because obviously you've been looking forward to building this home with this person, and you can't yet because it's on its way. And you know, when it slowly starts coming together, it's so worth the wait. It's so beautiful to watch your lives combined finally, like all your stuff meshing together, and like where you want to hang things, like, oh, you know, your family picture's here next to mine, and here's all of our families combined, and like he likes the Steelers, so we'll have a Steelers flag, and I like the Dolphins, so we'll see how that goes. But it's really cool to watch it all come together, and you just need to be patient with each other and patient with the process. because it gets a little tough, but you have each other for it. And you know, some days you need to take turns being strong for each other. And they're used to not being home because of, you know, whether this is their first duty station or not. They've either they've been through basic or basic, like AIT tech school, A school, so they've been away for a while. And not saying it's not tough for them, like obviously it's tough, but they've had a little more time to cope than you have. So, you know, don't hesitate to be like, hey, this is bothering me, because they might have ways to make it a little less tough. Oh my gosh, a big thing, ladies, that like when you've been long distance for a while, if you're like me, for one, lipstick becomes a problem because now you're together all the time and guys don't like to kiss lipstick, blah blah blah, it's sticky, blah blah. So you don't get to wear lipstick as much. I mean, I guess you can, but then you don't get to kiss them as much. Or I guess you can, but it's not a nice kiss because they're like giving you like the lightest little peck that they can. So at least that's what happens with me. So, you know, not wearing makeup as much is kind of lame, or at least lipstick. But the biggest thing the one thing that we get that's like a positive, like all the crappy stuff that comes with a long distance relationship, the one positive thing that we get is that we don't have to shave our legs. Nice, right? Enjoy it now, because you get into the habit of not doing it, except when like, you know, you're gonna be wearing shorts or wearing a bathing suit or whatever, and then it's like you're living with your SO and you're sleeping in the same bed. And like, I used to have a routine of how I shaved my legs before he left, and then like he left and I was like, cool, no more shaving my legs unless I have to. And then now I'm like, what was my routine? How do I get back into this? Sorry, my legs are prickly. Like, you know, obviously it's not that big a deal if your legs are prickly, but it's just like you have to start doing that again, which is annoying. So I think that's everything. So like I said, you both have bad habits. Try to, you know, compromise. Try to be respectful, because you know, your SO might have habits that irritate the crap out of you, but you might have habits that you don't even realize that irritate them. Like, I leave my makeup all over the bathroom all the time, and mostly it's because I'm being rushed to go somewhere, but that's not really a good excuse, and I'm sure it's really annoying, but I can't help it. I mean, I can't help it, but I just forget. So I'm sure it's really annoying, and he doesn't ever yell at me for it or say anything. So just, you know, keep in mind that you have habits too that they might not like, or, you know, are less desirable than your other habits. So, you know, pick your battles, bring it up if it really bothers you, but don't like, why the hell are you leaving this and then whatever, you know. Divide up your responsibilities as soon as you get into the place. Like, enjoy your first night together, but then like next day sit down and be like, I think this is how things should go. What do you think? Like, what do you feel strongest in? Like, you good at dishes because I'm good at laundry, or vice versa. So divide up responsibilities fairly. If you can't come to an agreement, both of you do it, sort of thing. Appreciate being together. Don't ever forget that you guys were long distance at one point, and that you didn't get to sleep together every night, and you didn't get to make breakfast for each other. So, you know, make breakfast sometimes, or all that. Like, do special things for each other every once in a while. Don't let the spark die, because it's really easy to get used to being around each other, especially when you're really comfortable with your SO. It's really easy to just forget what that was like. Like, it seems so long ago that we even did that, and it was only 4 months ago. Like, I used to go 4 months without seeing him. So weird. Appreciate where you are. You know, like I said, you might not ever have lived in this place before, so while there might be some crappy, sucky parts to it, like I said, you don't get to see your friends, your family, it's not the kind of weather you like. Go out and find things that your hometown doesn't have, or just like scenery. Scenery is cool. Who doesn't like Mother Nature? Do those sort of things. I think I said this again, like I think I touched on this again, but you're going to fight. It all depends on how you fight, how you communicate, how you compromise. It's really important that you both compromise and that, like I said, be respectful when you fight, because you can't really prevent fighting, but you can prevent prolonged fighting. And like I said, it's really cool to watch your lives come together. So just be patient with each other and shave those legs. Don't wear lipstick, or do, who cares? But I'm just, you know, these are things that I've picked up on. I don't think, like I said, in the long run, it makes a difference whether you live together first or not, because if you love each other, you're gonna make it work. Unless there's that one terrible habit that I guess some people, you know, might have, or like a ginormous pet peeve that you just cannot live with. But I mean, by now, if you're planning on living with your SO, you would probably know if they had something you absolutely hated. So I think that's everything that I can think of, and if I think of more stuff, I'll post it for you guys. But really exciting to close the distance, and pretty soon all of you will get to do it. So just be happy for the people who do get to do it if you're not doing it yet, and post lots of pictures for those of you who are, because it's super exciting and it's a big time in your life. So, you know, when you guys are married for 20 years, you probably won't remember what your first place looked like too much. So take lots of pictures. Alright guys, hope you guys are having a great night. Bye.